Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ryan, and today I'm going to be reviewing a beer from the Black Flag Brewing Company, and they're based out of Columbia, Maryland. Yes, double checking here. And this is their Barrel-Aged Cuvée, however you want to pronounce it. The Cuvée. Now, I had this once before, many months ago. I can't quite remember exactly. Actually, now that I think about it, I could find that out. Let's see. I had this. Come on, internet. March 4th. Okay, so I had this just slightly under a year ago, which is what I was kind of thinking. It was pushing a year. What I'm getting at is I remember very, very much enjoying this. Previously, what I see on Untappd, I gave this a 5 out of 5. So, story goes, I went, bought one can, and fell in love with it. Went back to my old bottle shop, which is closed, and I was ready to drop a lot of money and stock up on this. They had one can left. They had cases of it that day, and then the next day they had one left. So I've been saving this one for a special occasion. It's not a special occasion other than I am kind of hazy IPA'd out and wanted something different. I wanted a stout. So this is what I went with. Black Flag Brewing Company, Barrel-Aged Cuvée. They're 11.5% ABV barrel-aged stout. So it says here, and then it goes into more detail on Untappd, 11% Buffalo Trace Bourbon, 11% Blis Maple Syrup, which will make a little more sense later on, and 78% Widow Jane Bourbon. What that is referring to is the barrels that they use to age the stout in, and then they cuvées everything together. So on Untappd it says, we took a rich 11% ABV base stout and aged it in a number of Widow Jane bourbon barrels, along with a Blis Maple Syrup barrel that was previously used to age bourbon, and a Buffalo Trace Bourbon barrel. We then took the final aged products and blended them together for this complex, rich, subtly sweet stout, finishing out with a boozy 11.5% ABV body. I hope it's as good as I remember it being last time. Untappd, on average, I think has it at 4.16 out of 5 is what I think I saw. Previously, what I put this down as was 5 out of 5. So I thought this was just amazing. So again, that's 11% Buffalo Trace. The other 11% was from a barrel that was a maple syrup barrel that was previously used to age bourbon, and then 78% of this is from a Widow Jane bourbon barrel. I think I talked enough. I will have to splice this together, I'm sure. I'm already, 5 minutes in. Ooh, that is a lively one. Yeah, I'm going to have to cheat. Literally, whenever. Holy shit. I should have had a napkin here. Paper towel. I let this warm up a bit. So, wow. Yeah. That is as black as the night. Yeah, I'm not even getting like brown around the bottom here. So very black and just slightly under one finger of, I'm gonna say like a mocha colored tight head. It's a beautiful sunny day. We just had some snow this past week, so it is super bright out. I actually had to close the shades because it was in my face. Hopefully that'll work. Smells boozy, smells bourbony from what I can already get. So let's actually get a whiff. Yep, bourbon and barrel, just, like oaky tannin. Also a smokiness to it as well. Yeah, actually, there's a decent amount of smokiness to this. I don't remember that being there before. Almost similar to what I would get on the nose, smelling like a Rach beer. But definitely bourbon, definitely that smokiness, and then the oaky tannin notes. I wouldn't say I'm smelling maple syrup at all. They're not getting any maple. It's mostly, it smells boozy. It's what I would expect. All right, I'm excited for this. Hopefully it doesn't let me down after being aged for, I guess at this point in time, probably like 11 months. Cheers. Yep. All right, going in for another. So it is not a super thick stout. It is, I'd say, a medium body, fairly well carbonated. I feel like I probably used that term too much. Maybe I shouldn't say this is fairly well carbonated. I would say this is moderately carbonated. Mildly carbonated. Let's go with that. After the after the barrel aging, it tends to happen. And there's a lot going on here. Yeah, sorry for the dead air, but I'm like, okay, what am I getting first? Like, there's kind of a swath of flavors going on there. And I am going to run out of time, so I need to watch when I kind of am about to cut off here. But up front, I'm getting this smoky, the smoky notes and the barrel aged, like the oaky tannin notes. And then after that, you're getting the bourbon. Can you taste the bourbon? Absolutely. Do I think this is like a super strong tasting, bourbon? No, I wouldn't think so. I would say it's more of a kind of nice, subtle mix with the other flavors. So as I was saying, it's a nice. The bourbon is a nice subtle mix with the other flavors. Yeah, so again, I get that smokiness up front with the oaky barrel notes. Then, and quickly, you do get hit with the bourbon flavor. Along with that bourbon flavor, though, is a sweet, subtle maple syrup. And it just mixes really well with the actual bourbon flavor. Okay, now I am starting to get a bit of a warming in my chest, and my throat and chest. At first I wasn't getting it, now I am. There is a bit of a sourness on the finish, I would say, like you can get with like a Russian Imperial Stout. I'll get some of that sour bitterness on the finish. I mean, if you are an enjoyer of bourbon and like stouts, I would say you would love this one. I would not consider this a pastry stout, even though, you know, it's not like they actually added maple syrup to this. They aged this in a maple syrup barrel that was previously used to age bourbon. So the maple syrup sweetness that you get, I'm not saying it's like super subtle that you can barely tell it's there. It's there, but it just mixes really well with all of this. I really hope they come out with this again, and I hope I could find this at my new bottle shop that I go to now. There's also, I don't think I got this last time, and I'm just kind of realizing it now. Now that I have a little more time, this is going to be a longer video. What came to mind is like, it almost reminds me of a candy bar, and I realized, oh, I'm getting some chocolate notes in this as well. With, you know, it's like chocolate and maple, like a chocolate bar you'd have in the fall time with like a like maple, I don't know what you call that, a maple nougat? I don't know. It's good. With like one of those chocolates that have a little shot of whiskey or bourbon in it, you know, it's kind of like that as well. All right, yeah, let's end this. Black Flag Brewing Company, their Barrel-Aged Cuvée or Cuvée. I'm sticking with what I gave it last time. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. I really, really enjoy this and really wish I had more of it. Kind of hurts to, you know, bust open my last one, but I did just buy a couple more stouts that hopefully I'll enjoy in the future. So that's all for this one. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below. Let me know, have you had Black Flag's Barrel-Aged Cuvée, and what did you think of it? Also, let me know if you can get Black Flag where you're at. I feel as if they have distribution, at least in like Pennsylvania, maybe into Virginia, or it might even be greater than that. I think I've seen some beer tubers up in New York area review some Black Flag, but I don't know if they actually got their hands on it or if they were sent it. Anyway, I'm rambling. So that's all for this one. Until next time, peace.